One commentator notes, we must remember at this time of year that God decides to come into the world and share it with us, not as a judge, but as Savior. This is the remarkable characteristic of this new beginning. We are not bombarded with how sinful we are, as much as we are confronted with how much we are loved. If she can do that 15 feet in the air, we all should be able to do it. Carol notes that his granddaughter, the one who was beginning kindergarten, is a perfectionist. He recognizes that she'll feel her failures and that he'll want to comfort her. But he hopes he'll also remind her what she's learned and how she can do whatever is better the next time. He writes, I probably won't tell her that failure is a good thing, because that's not a lesson you can learn when you're 5. I hope I can tell her, though, that it's not the end of the world. Indeed, with luck, it is the beginning. On this first Sunday of the new year, may we be grateful for both the power of failure and the hope of a new beginning. May we have the courage and the faith to begin whatever new thing seems to call on us. In just a bit, we'll gather around the table to share the incredible gifts of bread and cup, a really wonderful anxious about what's going to change in the future, because it's going to change regardless. And so it's about trying to give it to God and be less anxious. Anyone else? Something new that you feel called to, or something you'd like to start new this year?
Well, I put some books on nursery school that we've had for well over 50 years now. We finally need to make a change. That's a big step for us. We don't know if we can do it. We are apprehensive, we're anxious, we're
May God's love and grace go with us. Amen.
Amen.